Welcome back everyone. Today in this class let us discuss about the hypertext markup language. You might have heard something about hypertext markup language. It is nothing but HTML. Hypertext markup language abbreviation is HTML. It is one of the programming language. So in this class let us know something more about this HTML. Okay. This HTML, that is hypertext markup language, is used for writing web documents. Those documents are interpreted and rendered by web browsers. While we surfing on the internet, we are seeing many pages with attractive manner, isn't it? Those web pages can be designed using this hypertext markup language. And also, a document which is made by this HTML can be displayed only on the web browser. This language is a subset of SGML. We have studied already about SGML. SGML is nothing but standard generalized markup language, which is capable of defining a hypertext document. This HTML is a document formatting language. It is known as a document formatting language in which the formatting instructions are called tags. Okay, in that language we may use some of the instructions to format a document, isn't it? So those instructions are called tags. Those tags are nothing but words and symbols which is enclosed within less than and greater than symbol. If we use any instruction using any word or symbol, that should be enclosed within less than and greater than symbol. All the tags will be with less than and greater than symbol. Okay, each tag in HTML also has a matching end of the tag markup. Okay, if we say any one tag, that should have its own matching tag. For example, if a markup code is having code, the tag code like this, less than symbol, CODE, greater than symbol. Here code is a word which is enclosed with less than and greater than symbol. Now this part is called a tag. Okay, in case if a document is having a tag like this, then it should have a matching tag that should be denoted by less than symbol slash code greater than symbol. Okay, so like this all the tag should have its respective closing tag. Okay, here the HTML document is a plain text document which is containing some markup codes which is called tags for formatting purposes. So these HTML documents are called plain text document. What will be there in plain text document? Nothing but markup codes. Those markup codes are called simply tags. Those tags are used for formatting purposes. Now these documents can be created using any plain text editor such as Notepad, Notepad++ and so on. Like Notepad, using any one of the plain text editor, these HTML documents can be created. And also these documents are composed of several different elements. We can see a HTML document, it may have different tags, but if we see it, it is composed of several different elements such as headings, title, paragraphs and many things. Okay, and also each tag is associated with several properties, and those properties will be with a portion of document within a tag. If we take a tag, it may have its own properties that should be given within the tag itself as a portion of the document. Okay, and these documents can be displayed on any platform that has a browser running on it, and also which is capable of interpreting the HTML markup code. If we develop a HTML document, it can be executed or it can be displayed on any platform which has the browser. Okay, and also it should be capable for interpreting the HTML markup codes. The tags which are used should be interpreted by the browser. If we take a HTML document, structurally it consists of the head and the body portions. If we see a document, we can classify the portions as head and body. In a simple document, the header portion contains the identity information such as title, author and similar information related to the document. And the body portion describes the structure of the overall document. Okay, that is nothing but what should be displayed on the page will be given in the body portion. which is going to explain the structure of the overall document. It can set attributes such as background color and the image of the browser window, whatever we want. The structure of the document page can be created using the tags within this body portion. If you see a HTML document, it has three important structural tags which describe the overall structure of the document. Those tags are HTML, head and body. Okay, all the three tags should have its own ending tag such as /HTML, /head and /body respectively. And also this HTML supports 6 levels of headings marked by H1, H2, H3 till H6. Okay. So all these 6 tags are used for heading purpose, where H1 is having the highest level of heading, whereas H6 denotes the lowest level of the heading. If we compare H1 with H6, the H1 text will be larger in size than H6. There is an example HTML document with the 3 important document tags with some heading difference. Okay. As we said, all the HTML document should start with the tag HTML. Okay. And it should end with respective closing tag, that is /HTML. Okay. Immediately after HTML tag, there should be head with its respective closing tag. Within the head block, we can give the title tag. Okay. Title, author and any other information about the document. Here title is given. First there is the tag title followed with my first document. Here my first document is a title of this document will be displayed as a heading while we display it on the browser. Okay. And title tag is having its respective closing tag. So this is a basic structure. First there should be HTML with its respective closing tag, and then head with its respective closing tag. Within head, we are going to give the details about the document like title, author and description and so on. Here only title is given. Okay. After the closing of head tag, there should be body. It is an opening tag for body with its respective closing tag. Okay. Within the body, we can give the details what should be displayed on the document page. In that, the first instruction is H1. The tag H1 is given with the text heading level 1 and its closing tag. And then H2 heading level 2, its closing tag. And then H3 heading level 3, its closing tag. Likewise, you can include all the 6 tags also. Okay. It is just to know the text difference while we use the heading tags. Okay. And here we have given the text simply to say that using Notepad or any text editor, you can type the document as it is. So like this, we can type a document with using the Notepad or any other text editor. And the file should be saved as filename.html. We can use any file name, but it should have the extension that is .html. Okay. After saving the file, it can be invoked using the browser with a file name that is filename.html. to see the output on your screen. Okay. If we invoke this file on any browser, it will show the output of this document. Okay. Now here, this is the example HTML document with the basic tags. Now let us invoke it on any one browser. Okay. Here you can see the output. Now this HTML document is invoked using the Internet Explorer browser. Okay. Where you can see the title, my first document, which is given in the document. And then this is heading level 1, which is given within the H1 tag, and heading level 2 is given within H2 tag. This is given within H3 tag. Okay. So likewise, the text size will be reduced from H1 to H6, and then the text which is given is displayed here. Okay. Like this, if we invoke any HTML document on any browser, it will show the output on this page according to the document. The browser displays the content enclosed in the title tag as a part of the title bar of the browser window. As we see here, my first document is given here within the title tag will be the part of the document title. Okay. That is what explained here. And then the text typed in the body tags is displayed as a formatted text with the default font properties defined in the browser. Okay. The text which is given within the body will be displayed as a formatted text based on the properties which is defined in the browser. The text which is given within the body will be displayed as a formatted text based on the properties which is defined in the browser. In case if a document requires line breaks or paragraph breaks, or in some situation we need to give the text as bold or italics, or can give any alignment for the text in paragraph, all these things can be communicated to the browser through the use of appropriate tags. For example, to start the text from a new line, the BR tag is required. Okay. In case if a statement should be started from a new line, then we should use a tag called BR. If we give BR at front of any line, that line will be started from a new line. Okay. And this BR stands for line break. It is nothing but line break and does not require a matching tag. As like previous tags, this BR tag does not have the matching tag. We can give only the BR, no need of using /BR. Okay. There are several classes of tag elements that are used for formatting documents within the body. So in the previous part we have discussed only the basic tags what should be there in a HTML document, isn't it? The tags are HTML, head and body, isn't it? Within the body only, user are going to give many details what should be displayed on the web page. For that, user needs many tags to give the details, isn't it? So those tags are classified here. Those are text formatting, block structuring, list elements, table elements, form elements and special elements. Special elements are nothing but images, audio and anchors. Okay. So these types of tags are used to format a document within the body. Now let us discuss one by one in brief. In that the first one, text formatting tags. The tags which are used to format only the text are called text formatting text, where again it is classified into two types, that is logical formatting style and then physical formatting style. Logical formatting style is nothing but the tags which are defined the logical formatting style, and these logical tags are interpreted and rendered by the specified default behavior of a browser. Each browser may have its default behavior. So now these tags interpreted and render based on those specified default behavior of the browser. If required, users can also define these tags. It is having the default behavior and also user can include their own definition to those tags. Some of the logical formatting tags are given here. First one, EM with its closing tag. Okay. The purpose of this tag is the text appearing between the tags is emphasized. Okay. Emphasized means it's nothing but this tag tells that give some special importance or value to something to display. Okay. The browser uses the default thing, that is italics, or user set mechanism for emphasizing. Okay. And next tag is CITE. This tag is used for citations of books and articles. Citations are nothing but a reference to a book, paper or author and so on. Browser generally uses italics for display. Okay. And next tag is code with its respective closing tag. The tag code is used for enclosing the program code listing. Okay. The particular part of code can be enclosed or highlighted. For that we can use this tag. The browser uses fixed width font for displaying. Okay, so if any content given within this code tag, for that text browser is having fixed width for displaying. Okay. Next tag is strong. This tag is used for placing a strong emphasis on the enclosed text. The text which is given within this tag will be strong than the other text. Okay. Browser generally uses bold formatting. So these are the logical formatting tags. All these tags are having the default behavior. If user needs to give their definition for these tags, can include, or else they can use the default thing of these tags. Okay. Next, physical formatting style. Physical style is allowing a person to format certain items in a manner that will appear the same to all who see the document. Okay. The physical style is nothing but this format is having some tags. If a document is developed using the tags of this style, then the document will be displayed as it is wherever we see the document. These tags are used to format the content which is displayed on the browser. The impact of these tags is consistent across the browsers. Let us see some of the physical formatting style tags. Okay. The first tag is B. B and its closing tag. The text which is given within this tag will appear in bold. Next one is I. I is nothing but it is used to make the text as italic. And next one U. This is to make the text as underlined. And T. It is nothing but characters between these tags will appear in teletype format. Okay. Teletype format means nothing but it uses teleprinter, which are electromechanical typewriters that communicate typed messages from point to point through simple electric communications channels. Okay. Often it may use just pairs of wires for the transmission. These uses a screen instead of a printer. Printer means it should display the text, isn't it? Instead of printer, these teletypes are using screen to display the text. Okay. So to make teletype format of text, we can use these tags. Next tag is strike. Strike is nothing but in some situation we may strike out the text, isn't it? So to do like that, we can use this strike. The text between these tags may appear as struck out. Next tag is sub. Sub is nothing but the character which is given within this tags appear as subscript to the preceding character. Okay. Subscript means, for example, if we say 10 base 2, 10 is preceding character, 2 is the subscript of 10. Okay. So to make 2 as subscript, 2 should be given within this followed with 10. Okay. As like subscript, there are superscript also, isn't it? For example, 10 power 2, where 10 power 2 means power 2 is the superscript for the number 10, isn't it? So in that case, 2 should be given here within the tag SUP to make the power 2 for the 10. The text which is given between these tags appear as superscript of the preceding character. So before this tag there should be 10, then followed with 10, the tag SUP should be placed, and after that we should give 2. Followed with 2, there should be closing tag. Okay. If we give a statement like this, then we can display the text on the browser as 10 power 2. Okay. So these are the tags which are used for physical formatting style. And the next type is block structuring tags. If you take a document, the document is made up of blocks. In some other programming languages also, the program may have the source code as blocks, isn't it? To make the blocks, we are using methods in the programming languages. As like here, HTML document is also made up of blocks. The blocks contain a specific kind of text and may have some common associated properties. Block structuring tags are used for creating the blocks such as paragraphs, addresses, block codes and pre-formatted text. Okay. If we say a paragraph will have the common property, isn't it? At that time we can use this block structuring tags. Some of the tags are given here. The first one, P. Okay. P means nothing but marks a beginning of a new paragraph. It places the text following the tag. In case if you want to make a paragraph, first we should start with the tag P, and then we have to give the statements what should be given within the paragraph, and then if we close the paragraph, then there should be closing tag of the P. Okay, so likewise we can make a paragraph. And the next tag is PRE, that is pre, which indicates to a browser that the text within the tag pair is pre-formatted and should be displayed as it is. Okay, so the text which is given within this tag is pre-formatted, which tells to the browser that this text format should not be changed by the browser behavior. Okay, and then the next tag is block quote. Okay, this tag pair marks the beginning and end of a quoted text. Okay, usually a browser uses a different margin to make it stand out from the surrounding text. Likewise, to margin a particular paragraph or to highlight a particular paragraph, we can use this tag. Okay, these are block structuring tags. Next tag is list tags. These tags are used for organizing part of document in an annotated listing. Annotated is nothing but giving explanation or comment. Okay. So those part can be organized using this tags. The list themselves can be numbered or bulleted. You might have seen in the Word where we may have the different number options and different bulleting options, isn't it? As like to make the list elements with number or bullet, we can use this list tags. There are a wide variety of lists supported by HTML. These include definition list, directory list and menu list. Okay. And also there are ordered and unordered list. Generally, ordered and unordered list are the two primary types of list. Ordered list is marked by OL tags. If it should be ordered list, then we have to use the tag OL with its respective closing tag. And if it is unordered list, then we can use the tag UL with its closing. And within the tag pair, the beginning of each list item is marked by the LI. LI does not have its matching tag. Okay. For example, if you make a unordered list, then the tag should be started with UL with its respective closing tag. Within the block, all the listing items should be given, isn't it? So the listing items should be preceded with the tag LI within the UL block. That is what the way to make the list using the unordered list. Okay. There are other types of lists that are used for describing the menu items or defining terms. The markup tags for these lists are DL. That is definition list. Okay. To make the definition list, we have to use this DL. And also there is menu. To make the definition list, we have to use the DL tag, and for menu items, we have to use menu respectively. Okay. For these tags, let us see the example. HTML head. These are the basic tags. All the HTML documents should start with the tag HTML, and then head. Head may have the title. My document ordered and unordered list is given as a title here, and then title is closed and then head is closed. Then we have to start with body, where first we have given the title fruits. So first we are going to make a fruits list. So after fruits there is a tag BR. Why we use this BR? To make a line break. So after fruits we need a line break. That's why BR is given here. And OL tag is used so that it is ordered list, isn't it? And it has a respective closing tag. Within the block of ordered list, we have used two listing items with the tag LI. All the items should be listed using the tag LI. Okay. LI apples, LI oranges. Now these two items are given within the ordered list block. Next list title is flowers, and there is a line break. And then UL is given, which means that it is unordered list. Okay. With its respective closing tag. Within the UL block, there are three items given. First one lotus, sunflower, marigold. Okay. All the items are preceded with LI tag. All the items should be given with LI tag to list the items within the list. Okay. And then next title is computer devices. It has a line break. And then DL is given. DL means what? Definition list, isn't it? So DL is given with its respective closing tag, and within this block DT CPU is given, and then DD is there, central processing unit is given. Okay, where within the definition list the first item is given here. Definition title is CPU and definition description is central processing unit, and then the next one definition title ALU, its definition description is arithmetic logic unit. So these two are given within the definition list. After this list we have closed the body and then HTML. Okay. In this document we have three different types of listing, isn't it? Ordered list, unordered list and then definition list. Let us see the output, how it looks like. So this is what the output, where the title fruits is given. First list is ordered list, isn't it? So that's why it is numbered with 1, 2, 3, 4 likewise. Next list title is flowers. It is unordered list, so that the listing items does not have the numbers. Instead of that, it is having just the dots. And the third one is computer devices, that is definition list. First title is given and then the description is given, and the next title and its description. So this is what the output of the respective HTML document using the list tags. Okay. Next type is image tag. Images in the HTML document can be included using the img tag. To include any image in the HTML document, we have to use the tag img. Okay, like other HTML tags, this tag also has several attributes associated with it. Okay, in case of the img tag, these attributes can be used defining alignment, width, height, and the name of the image source file. Okay, as we said earlier, all the tag is having its properties, isn't it? To mention the property, all the properties should be given within the tag itself. If we use image tag, the properties of image tag should be given within this tag itself. Why we need the attributes for this? What may be the attributes for this tag, such as alignment of the image, and then to mention the width and height of the image, and then to mention the name of the image source file. Okay, to mention these things, the image tag may have the attributes. Okay, example of this tag is HTML, head, title. Title is example of image in a document, and the head is closed with the title, and then body is opened. Here the text is given as, here is an example to include an image in a document. Okay, and then there is a line break, and then image tag is used. Image tag is having its properties, isn't it? Width 40, src, anumeha.gaf. Okay, so this file is going to be extracted here. So this is the source of this image, and then width of the image is given here. Okay, the images in JF89A formats can be animated. This is simply another text which is included here, and then body is closed, HTML is closed. Okay, here mainly we have to see on this image tag. This tag is used here to include the image on the web page, isn't it? Here image width is given, and then source of the image is given. So this file will be extracted and will be displayed with this width. This is the output of the particular HTML document. This is the example for image tag. Okay. Next type of tag is anchor tag. Actually, this is an important tag that enables HTML document writers to make the hyperlink documents is called the anchor tag. Okay, hyperlink means nothing but if we click on any text, it will take us to another page, isn't it? At that time, that particular text is called hyperlink. To make a hyperlink document, we need the help of anchor tag. Okay, in order to create a link to other document in the current document, the anchor tag pair A and /A is used. Okay, A tag has several attributes. Among from those attributes, two of the most important attributes which is used for linking purposes are name and href. Okay, so these are the basic and important attributes which will be used for anchor tag to make a hyperlink documents. The name attribute is used for specifying a name or an URL of the document. Okay, actually to which document we should move should be given in this attribute. Okay, here is an example program using the anchor tag. As usual, document should be started with HTML tag, and then head is having the title, example of hyperlink in a document. Title is closed, and then head is closed, body is opened. The following example illustrates usage of anchor tag for creating link to other documents. Okay, so this is simply the text which is given in the body will be displayed on the browser. Okay, and then there is line break. Here is an anchor tag A followed with the properties, where first one href. Href property is having the document name to where we have to move while we click on this text. Okay, and within the anchor tag there is the text description of the anchor tag. Okay, so this is actually the text will be displayed on the browser. While we click on this text, we will move to this file, that is more on link.html. Okay, like this the anchor tag should be used, and then paragraph tag is given. There are some text which is included here within the paragraph, that is the user can click on the text between the beginning and end of the anchor tag, that is description of the anchor tag. On clicking of this text, the more on link.html document is retrieved from the same site from where this document was retrieved and rendered by the browser. Okay, and then paragraph is closed, body is closed, and finally HTML is closed. So this is the example program to use the anchor tag. Okay, again I am telling, the text which should be clicked, which should have a hyperlink, should be given within this anchor tag. Okay, description of the anchor tag. And then while we click on this text, it should take us to somewhere, isn't it? That file should be given within this A tag as href. Okay, href is a property of anchor tag. Using href, we should give the file name where this link should take us. Okay, this is the output of the example program where description of the anchor tag is underlined. This is actually the hyperlink. This is actually the hyperlink. If we click on this, it will take us to the file which is given here as more on link.html. Okay, this is the output of anchor tag example document. In this class, we have discussed what is HTML, how this HTML document can be used, for what purpose we need this HTML document, and then what are the basic tags of this HTML document, and what are the types of tags available to make a body of the HTML document, and many things, isn't it? I hope it will be clear for you. I'll meet you next class. Thank you.